Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Die Rise Remastered Reverse Rainbow Perk Challenge. My goodness, look at this skybox as well. Zella and Dobby have added a bunch of new changes now with the meteorites falling down and also the meteorites in the sky in some beautiful resolution. And I love it. This has got to be one of the most beautiful skyboxes in all of Call of Duty Zombies, hands down, and Dobby and Zella are absolutely cooking. And I do have to say, this will be my final video for Die Rise Remastered on the beta. I have a couple people in my comments are like, bro, why are you putting out all these challenge videos for the Die Rise Remastered? Bro, I love the names all around the map. And I get it. It's not the official fully released version, but this is beta build 0.0.9, so Dobby and Zella have been cooking. This is their 9th iteration of the map already, and they have absolutely cooked. And I have to say, we are doing this challenge without the jumping jacks, okay? The jumping jacks are not coded into the map, and obviously once they are, it's going to make this challenge 100 times harder, in my opinion. Because of the fact that people are going to have to now get more perk slots from the jumping jacks. Because in the beta, there is no perk limit, but in this version of the map, yes, there is no perk limit. So it's pretty crazy that for the final release, the perk limit will go back to 4. And people are just going to have to figure out the map from there, which is going to be exciting. And again, if you did play the beta before, the elevator key, you would only have to use 3 times to get the golden key. We've now changed that where you have to use it more like the origin shovel, which is 15 times to get to the golden key. But also, it's not that difficult because there's only a 15-second cooldown on the key. And that to me is just like one of the greatest things for Die Rise. I've seen a lot of people play the remaster already, and I've seen like a lot of feedback. A lot of people love the new key system, some people don't. And I genuinely just believe that if you guys are not a fan of like PhD being in the map and all that, you just love pain. You just love pain. That's like, that's all there really is to it. I'm gonna grab the PDW actually. This is the craziest part. The PDW is so close to the spawn that is practically a starting room weapon on Die Rise. And so literally we are going to be doing that. And so the craziest thing is like you can literally get on solo your key golden by just using the quick revive elevator over and over and over again. That's the craziest part about this whole challenge, in my opinion, is that you don't even need to have the power on, right? And that to me, I don't know, just fits the way that we wanted to get PhD. Because for those of you that don't know, you need the golden key to get PhD Flopper on this map. And I think that's just fair, you know, because now, like, you can't just get PhD immediately. You still have to play out the map and try and earn your way to it, which to me, I think is like one of the best ways to get it. And I mean, yeah, I think it just fits everything. However, I'm going to build the trample seam, I think, before we go back down. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but this jump here on Black Ops 2, if you were to jump from this top part to the bottom, you would die. But because of the BO3 health system, you actually live that jump now. And I'm a big fan of that. I know a lot of people think that like it takes away from the character of Die Rise to make it so that you die all the time. I mean, I get it is in the name Die Rise, but I mean, this just makes the map so much more enjoyable to play. And I've heard people say that it brings it from like a D tier map up towards like a B tier map. And hopefully with the new Easter eggs that we're adding in for the final release, it will be an A tier map. That is my overall goal to bring Die Rise. I think already Dobby and Zella have absolutely cooked with the visuals of this map. Like the visuals are like S tier, you know? It just really boils down now towards the gameplay of the map and how it actually flows and plays. And so to me, this is where I think it's going to be super exciting because we have so many things cooking up with Easter eggs. Like, a lot of people don't know on Die Rise that the dragons on the map, like this dragon and then that dragon over there, actually represent Easter egg progress within the map. And so for a lot of people that don't know, there's actually 3 dragons in the map. This is the Richtofen dragon. That over there is the Maxis dragon. But on the original version of Die Rise, we don't have it. The 3rd dragon is actually right here. And we are adding in a 3rd Easter egg. And I think we're going to have the dragon over here represent the progression of that. And if you don't know what I mean by that, literally what I mean is that when you do the Easter egg, right when you do the first Easter egg step, the tail of the dragon ignites in fireworks, right? And once you do the last Easter egg step, it goes all the way through the dragon until the head. And once you beat the Easter egg and you melee the pylon here with the Galvanuckles, like a literal firework orb comes out of the dragon and goes towards all the players, and that's what gives you all the perks on the map, right? And it's a cool feeling of accomplishment, but the thing is on Die Rise, the original Die Rise only has 6 perks, y'all. It only has Quick Revive, Juggernaut, Double Tap, Speed Cola, Mule Kick, and Who's Who. That's literally it. Like, that is so bad, you know? Like, I genuinely think that that is just awful. And so to me, it's going to be sick now that when you do this Easter egg, you're going to get 12 perks. And I mean, listen, if you want to continue getting the 6 perks, we will have that as well in the official remaster. And again, the Max's side will be shown there. The Richtofen side will be shown here. The Max's side will be shown here. And then if you do the Flesh Easter egg side, it will be shown over here on the dragon here. Which is just... honestly, I feel like it just fits the narrative of what we're doing with the map. And if you guys don't know what the Flesh is, we are making this whole Easter egg very lore-based inside of the original radios of Die Rise. And so if you want to get like a little bit of a head start as to what we're doing, you can actually check out the original lore for Die Rise, and some of it is really interesting. Basically, the Flesh is a group of people that ate zombie flesh, which is why they were called the Flesh, and that actually kind of turned them into, like, psychopaths, like these crazy, like, demonic type of people that would eat zombie flesh as humans, right? And you can even notice it in the original game with Stuhlinger playing Die Rise, right? And he has all these, like, zombie voice lines. You hear all these, like, grunts and moans and stuff. And we're definitely playing into all of that towards this official Easter egg, which is going to be really, really exciting to me. And also, look at this. Zella has added in all of the Patreons on Die Rise Remastered. So shout out to every single one of y'all that have supported this map. You guys are absolutely legendary. Big dubs towards all you guys. Literally, this used to be a poster of like a woman like that. But now it's all the patrons, man. That's what I love to see. All the lads. Let's go, baby. And so, okay, I need to be using my key a little bit more. Honestly, I have Trample's team now. So, also, before we go, I need to get more PDW ammo before... oh, yeah, we are going to get cooked if I don't get the PDW ammo. We do have the Trample Steam, so I can also get the, I can also get back towards getting the golden key as well. So, okay, let's do this. Yeah, so let's get this key here. And then now, let's go down here and then grab the Sliquifier, get the power on, and then we can basically spam the elevators and get the golden key. Again, you could basically just do it off that Quick Revive elevator, but it's a lot easier just to do it like this. I should probably wait until this is usable. There we go. And yeah, also, a lot of people don't know, but the bank and the fridge already work on the map. So if you guys have been struggling playing Die Rise, like, I am not trying to make this map a hardcore map. I think a lot of people need to understand that. This map, to me, is a very casual map. It's a very easy map, and I expect people to hit high rounds in this game. Just because it's Die Rise, man. You have the Sliquifier being one of the most overpowered wonder weapons of all time. Not just in Black Ops 2, of all time. And we're going to be adding the pre-patch version. So it's like, how much more difficult can you make a map like this other than like a difficult Easter egg quest or something, you know? Also, we do have Juggernaut here, and that will be our first perk that we need to get in reverse rainbow perk order. Again, to reiterate, we need to get Deadshot, PhD, Who's Who, and Quick Revive as our 4 perks, as our first 4 perks, which is pretty easy in my opinion. But then after getting those 4, we need Snail Pace, Slurpee, Mule Kick, Speed Cola, Banana Colada, Stamina, Double Tap, Vigor Rush, and Juggernaut. And so... yeah, it's 12 perks. It's a lot more harder than doing a reverse rainbow perk challenge on the original Die Rise, because on that version of Die Rise, it was just straight luck. It was straight luck. You could get the first 4 perks, but then the last 2 literally had to come from the creepy crawlers, and it would be straight luck if you would get it or not. And so, I like skill more than luck most of the times. I'm not gonna lie. And so that is why, to me, I think this reverse rainbow is going to be much more entertaining than the original version of the map. And so let's grab the last part of the Sliquifier here. Can I get this golden key already? We're probably so close. I like how it makes you use the key more so that you understand the mechanics of it, and then will allow you to get like the golden key, which is unlimited usages. You can lock the elevators, you can swap what's inside the elevators as well. And so to me, the key literally fixes so many of the problems of Die Rise. That's why, like, I've seen a couple people play the remastered and they like the original more, and I'm like, bro, I guess you just like pain. Like, I love the fact that with PhD Flopper, right, I can go into one of these elevators and jump all the way down with PhD, and as long as I land on the top of the elevator like this, I can live. Like, that's just, is that not the craziest thing ever? To me, that is just so sick. I don't know, like, I think that's just the way Die Rise was meant to be played, right? Like, I think it's crazy because they're like, PhD does not belong in a map like this. What map is better to have PhD on than literally Die Rise? And it's like, I did try to make it so that you wouldn't be able to get it, like, immediately. Like, it does take you some time to actually get the golden key, and then also to get PhD Flopper and stuff, which I think is fair. Like, it's the first time in Zombies where there's ever something extra you have to do other than turn on power to get a perk machine. But I think it fits the narrative of Die Rise. Like, it actually does, because PhD on this map was the biggest myth of all time. Jimmy Zielinski back in the day used to tease this like it was like a myth, you know? And that's why I think it actually plays, this map actually plays better with PhD Flopper inside of the map. So, okay, I have to be a little bit worried here because I got 13 bullets in my PDW. Again, we also did add a mystery box spot right down there. A lot of people don't know. And I'm going to be making sure that a lot of people come down towards this area in Die Rise Remastered. We're going to be adding in a bunch of little Easter eggs and a bunch of different things that are just hidden right here. So definitely make sure you guys spend some time in this area, because I know a lot of people don't usually come towards this area in Die Rise. And for good reason. I mean, there's absolutely no point. But I'm telling you, PhD is going to make a huge, huge difference. Should I get the nuke? I don't know. Oh my gosh. The new skybox, especially down in this area, just looks so beautiful. Yeah, okay, let's get the nuke. I did want to keep the PDW, but it is what it is. Was Pack-a-Punch here? I don't think Pack-Punch is here. There we go. Hey, so now we got the golden key. And as you can see, as soon as I get the golden key, infinite elevator key usages. I can literally put it anywhere. I am not going to grab the Sliquifier, I think, until I get Mule Kick. But our first perk is actually behind Juggernog. And this is Deadshot Daiquiri. And again, the perks that are behind the original perks, like Jug, Deadshot will always be behind Juggernog, right? Vigor Rush will always be behind Mule Kick here. We just wanted to make this a thing because I know the perk machines are already quite confusing on Die Rise, and so that's why Deadshot will always be behind Juggernog, Vigor Rush will always be behind Mule Kick, Stamina Up will always be behind Double Tap, Banana Colada will always be behind Who's Who, and then we have another one. Snail Pace Slurpee will always be behind Speed Cola. So yeah, it just gets you learning the map in a little bit of a different direction, different way of playing it, and it's quite fun. So, it's now time to get PhD, but I actually want to Pack-a-Punch the M1911 before we do so. Let's see if the Pack-Punch is here. Honestly, I think it's in this elevator over there. It's looking like it's coming up here. And so, yeah, a lot of people wanted us to fix the elevators and all that, and, like, make it faster, make it easily traversable. To me, whenever I play this map, I'm like, bro, it was the key. The key was literally one of the greatest abilities ever in original Die Rise. But the thing is that the key would go away after you use it once. And, like, you just fix so much of the map flow when you make it so that you can reuse the key constantly. Also, I didn't even see what was in that elevator. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to hoard them up here, because I am going to die otherwise. I'm throwing nades. Oh my gosh. Please, my gamers. Please, gamers, don't do this to me. Die Rise, man. I could go for a box weapon, but honestly, I love sticking with the wall weapons on this map. Okay, please be Pack. Yes. Okay, you know what? I can actually pap both the AK and the M1911, so I'm going to do that. Oh my goodness, yes, sir. Also, and here's the thing. Now with the golden key, I should be able to lock the elevator. Let's see. There we go. So yeah, now I can lock the elevator. Who's this freaking deviant over here, bro? The deviant on the wall. And as you can see, even next to me, we got some names on here. Some graffiti names. Freaking love it, man. Okay. I'm 1911 upgraded. Let's get this boy going. And then literally now, we're going to be able to grab PhD, which will make this work just that much better. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there we go. I am running really low on points, and I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of points to get back to the map. Where are my zombies at? I see you! I see you, slow boys! Oh my goodness, yeah, these lads are so slow. This is classic Die Rise gameplay. Also, I should say, with Deadshot Daiquiri, also, we do have PhD perma-perks in the map as well. I know some people didn't think we do, but we do. With the Deadshot Daiquiri, I do believe it's the Cold War version, which means that it does more damage in the head, which is just very nice. Like, to me, Deadshot Daiquiri is kind of a useless perk in a lot of instances. Oh, it's coming up. Hey, perfect timing. This is why I love Die Rise. We just cheating the system out here. Okay, let's get 2K points, and then we'll go back and grab PhD. Again, you have to be very careful when you grab PhD because it's a very tight area, and we wanted to make it quite difficult for you to get it because, I mean, PhD is no easy feat on a map like this, right? Like, you got to get the golden key. You got to survive in that area. But once you get it, it's very rewarding. And they did actually, Dobby and Zella added the new PhD effect that I'm going to be showing you, which is, with PhD on Die Rise, you can fall off any part of the map and live. However, when you fall off the map, you come back to the spawn room and you're red screen. So it's balanced. It's not completely broken. It is a risk of you falling off the map because if there's even one zombie that's at the spawn room and that hits you, you can instantly die. And so it's just like an escape method that I wanted to add into the map because also it's something I wanted to add in for trick shotters, right? Having trick shotters be able to like jump off the map perpetually and just try and get clips literally on the original version of the map to me was something that I thought would be so cool. Just constantly having players do that. But this is the way you get the PhD flopper perk. Again, you have to get the golden key, which before was like 3 activations. Now it's 15. You ride back up, and before you leave, you have to repair the elevator controls. If you leave, the elevator controls will not be repairable. But after you repair them, you can leave the elevator or come back in, and then the elevator will always bring you down to the PhD floor now. That is something that it will always perpetually do now. And then you can either go back to the elevator, right, and then leave, or you can stay here. But I would not recommend staying here because the spawns here are pretty crazy. And here's the other thing. Even if you miss this drop with PhD and you fall down to the bottom of the map, like here, I'll miss the drop purposely. I now come back to the top of the map, which is just so sick. This is probably one of my favorite features of PhD ever. Like, it completely changes the way PhD functions on a fundamental level on this type of map, which to me is just so cool. And so, yeah, now our next perk we need to grab is Who's Who and then Quick Revive. So we now have our base 4 perks. And like I said, when I reattempt this perk challenge on the official release of the map, it's going to be a lot more difficult after you get Quick Revive, your base 4 perks, to be able to get the rest of the perks. For now, it'll be quite easy because I literally just have to get a bunch of points and just get through it. But before, or once this map fully launches, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And so now, next perk we need to get is Snail Pace. And so Snail Pace, from what I remember, is going to be right over here. And it's going to be behind Speed Cola. Yes, sir. And I can actually grab it. And so with this perk, for a lot of people that don't know, this is a custom zombies perk that I decided to add into Die Rise. And this perk is basically the replacement for Widow's Wine. And the reason why I wanted to replace Widow's Wine on this map is because I feel like Widow's Wine would have been too overpowered. What this perk really does is it really brings the zombie speeds from Black Ops 3 down to Black Ops 2, which is why I love it so much. So as you can see, when the zombies get close to me, their eyes turn green and they become slightly slower. And so it is an unlimited usage right now in the beta. I think we are going to be changing that. Because it might just be a little bit too overpowered. But to me, it's a very necessary perk on a map like Die Rise because it's so small and you do want just a little bit of leeway. And as you can see, like when I run by them here, they actually give you some time to run around, which, I mean, pair this with stamina up on Die Rise and it's just going to be so much more enjoyable. And like I said, I am not trying to make this the hardcore map of all time. Genuinely, I'm trying to make this more like a casual player's paradise, right? Where they can play this map and basically just have a ton of ways to come back and get into the map. Because I think one of the hardest things about Die Rise, right, is literally just coming back into the map, being able to play it without getting fully bullied, you know? So, you know what I'm going to do? And here's the other craziest thing about PhD. Look at this. You can literally hit plays like this, where I'm now back at the bottom here. Like, isn't that sick, man? Like, literally, what other zombie map plays like this now with PhD? And here's the other thing. With PhD as well, you can, like, I can literally drop down to the bottom of that vault and just get brought back to spawn. But that's not what I want to do. I want to go now back up to the top floor, and yeah, I need to get Mule Kick. So, okay, we have Mule Kick here. Yeah, I need to get Mule Kick because I want to get the Sliquifier now and show you guys what we have going on for the Sliquifier. I think the Sliquifier did get a slight update, but there we go, Mule Kick. We all know what it does. And again, the nicest thing, we did add a little bit of a change for Mule Kick as well, where it tells you what your third weapon is, which is just... Everybody liked that in Infinite Warfare, so I was like, we should just have it in Die Rise Remastered. And so literally, here we go. We can now pick up the Sliquifier. And you can actually upgrade the Sliquifier on this, but it just is a joke right now. It turns into the Grimace Shake or the Grimace Gun. And it has a green canister for the slime. Again, this is not the full upgrade process for the Sliquifier. We do want to add a full quest to it. And I think you guys already know the first step to it. I'm not even going to say nothing else, but a lot of you guys already know or could even guess what the first step would be. But man, PhD and the key and everything coming together on Die Rise just makes this map so much more exciting for me personally. And it just makes it super fun to play. Well, you know what? I could jump off the map, but I want to get a box hit. I think it's time for us to hit a box hit here. So let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can actually hit a box hit. I was waiting to ride up one of these elevators. But hey, at least I got the Sliquifier where I can actually defend myself. It's not completely over. And yeah, man, we've been cooking Die Rise now for about a year. And I have to say, for a year's progress, this is literally some of the best stuff I've ever seen from COD Zombies. That's why I'm just so grateful to have worked with Dobby and Zella. Like, they have absolutely cooked on this reimagine and remaster. And literally, next up on the block they have is they're doing a Transit remaster and they're doing a Blood of the Dead remaster. And I do have to say, for those two of the map, it's not going to be as different as Die Rises. I was going to grab that death machine, but not anymore. It's not going to be as different as Die Rises. I think Transit will be much more of a one-to-one. And Blood of the Dead will be a little bit more different, though. Blood of the Dead, we're basically taking the BO4 mechanics and then making it work in BO3. And so that'll be very interesting if we can actually pull that off, you know? Because I think we can, but I mean, we're going to have to see. So, our last couple perks now that we have to get is Speed Cola, Banana Colada, and Stamina. So, Speed Cola is right here. I have to make sure I don't die here. Yeah, and I almost died here. Again, PhD slider as well. Just having that go down is amazing. And also, if you notice, PhD actually loses its color every time I use it. And then when it regains its color, I can actually then reuse it again, as you can see right there, which is just so amazing. And Banana Colada has that same effect. To me, it's one of just like the easiest ways of representing when it's off cooldown and when it isn't. And so, yeah, there we go. I can now grab Speed Cola. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Big Speedy. Crazy grabbing all these perks without having Jug, man. This is just ridiculous. So now let's end the round and then let's go hit a box and see if I can get a fun box weapon. And I do have to say, ooh, also for a lot of you guys that don't know, you can actually slide jump this jump now. You don't have to actually do the regular version, which is nice because again, it just makes a hard mechanic from BO2 just that much slightly easier to allow people to do it. We got the Vector. Ooh, I'm gonna take that. And yeah, as you also know, you can share weapons in this map to players that you're playing with as well. So I really hope that people play this for like the combat training, for mods, because all the mods will also be workable on this map. The only mods that I don't think will really be workable on Die Rise is a lot of weapon mods that use like hundreds of different weapons. We can try to make those work, but because Die Rise already just has so many weapons in and of itself, I just don't know if it'll work. And there we go. We got the ray gun, and a lot of people also don't know this. The ray gun has a specific Pack-a-Punch camo on Die Rise. It's just like the olden days of the Jimbithy videos on YouTube. The ray gun can actually turn into a golden Pack-a-Punch camo on this remaster, which is really, really cool. And so what's also sick is like, this is the coolest part. I can just jump off right here and be totally fine, right? Like, I love PhD for that, man. So let's see if we can actually now get Banana Colada, because yeah, it should be behind Who's Who. And then literally right here, we have Banana Colada for 3K. I can almost grab it. Oh, this is going to be sick. Yeah, I definitely want to grab Banana here. And, you know what? I'll actually go down towards the cafeteria area and then grab it there. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy. Like, I have some goated guns right now. I got the Mustang. I got the Sliquifier. I got the ray gun. We also have the ray gun Mark II on this map as well. So, a lot of stuff in this map right now. I am going to just lock this so that we can just keep Banana Colada here when I can purchase it without getting fully bullied. But yeah, man, I'm just so happy to finally somehow like been able to contribute towards a Zombies Chronicles 2 map. And seriously, this is just one of my favorite projects I think I've ever worked on. And I'm so excited for you guys to check out the full Easter egg. Once we have voice acting into the map, once we have all of that ready to go, oh my gosh, is it going to be ever insane. And so there you go, Banana Colada, that boy slipping, that boy sliding. Just imagine trolling your friends with that. Like, that is going to be so funny, you know? And there you go, PhD ends the round just like that. So, our last 3 perks we really need to get here, our last 4 actually, are Stamina Up, Double Tap, Vigor Rush, and Jug. And so, Stamina Up now is towards this side of the map. So, let's place the trample seam here. And yeah, it's towards this side of the map, and it's behind Double Tap, which is just really nice. And yeah, literally right after this, I'm definitely going to be upgrading the PhD, or the ray gun. And I mean, the ray gun on this map is just so much better with PhD. And I also have to say, this version of the ray gun that you're seeing will only be in the beta. And you might be like, what is bro talking about? Well, the ray gun that we plan to actually add in the original version of the map is the original ray gun Mark I ray gun like this, but you're never going to have this solo version. It will be dual wield. And the reason why I wanted to make it dual wield on Die Rise is because, to me, the regular ray gun Mark I is just kind of trash. Most people don't ever run it over the ray gun Mark II, and I'm like, man, what would be better is that you could have like a dual wield version of it. To me, that would be so sick, especially with like the gold camo that we have planned as well. Like, oh my gosh, that would be just insane. And again, we do have the Death Machine. This Death Machine, I also should be saying, will be replaced with the BO2 Death Machine. If you don't remember what that one was, if you ever played Mob of the Dead, the BO2 Death Machine was actually in the mystery box on that map. And so that's the version of the Death Machine we're bringing back. We do want to keep the Richtofen, like, voice announcer and everything. But yeah, I think for now, this should be good enough. Is this double tap over here? This must be double tap, because I think Pack-a-Punch was on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna Sliquify some of these lads. Oh, it is double tap. Okay, so again, before we get double tap, we do need to get stamina up. So stamina up is gonna be bought. Let's go. There's our boy Stamina, and then after Stamina, now we go back to double tap. So let's swap it up here. DT. And there we go. Double tap is in the building. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And yeah, it's just, I love the way the rainbow perk on this map looks. And literally right after this, we are so close to being done. We just need Vigor Rush and Juggernog. And Vigor Rush, I think, was where Mule Kick was, which I think was over here. So I'm going to call it up here and then lock it. And then we'll progress. But yeah, man, I just love the way this map plays now. It just plays so much more enjoyably. All of the explosions on this map are just so much more viable. I definitely also have told Dobby and Zella that I really want a Claymore upgrade and a regular grenade upgrade, because my biggest thing with zombies, right, is I don't like when mechanics just stop getting used, right? And what I mean by that, and there we go, Vigor Rush. If you don't know what this perk does as well, it's like Double Tap 4.0. It gives your bullets explosive rounds. So that means it does more damage, and it also gives you more points. So it's pretty nice. But literally, I think with Die Rise, man, I think this map just needed more things to be usable, right? Like, I don't like in zombies where the grenade becomes useless and the melee becomes useless and the claymore becomes useless. Like, why even add it into the map if it becomes useless after like 2 rounds, right? So that's why for sure I want to add a grenade upgrade. I'm thinking of making it like a Sliquifier grenade upgrade. That would be really sick. Or also like a claymore upgrade as well. Just something, maybe it's not even like a visual upgrade. Honestly, I would want it to be a visual upgrade. But it just needs to have some sort of upgrade on the damage. And maybe we could also add that in within one of the perks. Because another thing I forgot to tell y'all is Speed Cola on this map has Time Slip from Black Ops 4 built into it. Which means that you're able to pack a bunch extremely fast. Which means that you're able to hit the box extremely fast. Which means that you're able to hit the Gobblegum extremely fast once that comes out. And again, for people wondering about Gobblegum, Gobblegum will not be fully available on the map until you beat the Easter egg, which means that you can only ever get Gobblegum on the reimagined version. And again, if you hate any of these changes, you can play the full 1-to-1 version of Die Rise. Like, you will have a custom games option menu right when you launch Die Rise that allows you to swap all of the settings of absolutely everything, which to me is just amazing. So before we get our last perk being Jug, I wanted to upgrade both the ray gun and the Sliquifier, you guys, because look at this. The ray gun here has the golden pap camo and it just looks amazing. Like, imagine this now but dual wield. Oh my gosh, like, people are gonna love the ray gun again, you know? Like, it's just gonna add that much extra layer of love to it. Here's the funny thing. I don't even know where Jug is. I think Jug, oh, it's on one of these elevators over there. But yeah, okay, let's get all the zombies here. Let's take them all out. Bro, the range on this death machine is crazy. And yeah, here's the other thing. Vigor Rush also increases the damage of the death machine. So by round 80, I would say the death machine starts really sucking, even with Double Tap 2.0. But with Vigor Rush on this map, you can easily use the death machine to around 100 plus. Like, it's just so much more viable on a map like this. It's insane. And so here's Jug. I'm actually going to lock the elevator of this. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been one of the craziest reverse rainbow perk challenges ever. I want you guys to let me know what other challenges or what other content you would like to see for Die Rise. Again, I will be uploading Easter eggs. I will be uploading tutorials once the map is fully launched. But I'm expecting, now, I don't want to go crazy on this, but I am expecting to have this map fully released for June. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Die Rise Remastered. I did hope you enjoyed me doing the Reverse Rainbow Perk Challenge. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see y'all in that next one, baby.